Hey guys, Rick Stone here from Our Stoney Acres. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about things that you can be planting outdoors in April. So both by transplant and direct seeding in April if your last frost date is sometime in May, okay? Now, you're going to laugh. I'm doing this video inside today because it's windy and raining and it's going to snow tonight. So even though weather can be pretty unpredictable in April, there's still quite a bit that we can be planting, and things are going to warm up, and I'll be doing a lot of this planting later this week. So definitely we can be doing this, okay? All right, so before we get started, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you get notice every time I release new videos. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram as well. We've got a fun following happening over there, and I'd love to have you join us. And then make sure you stick around till the end of the video. I'm going to talk a little bit about some challenges that we're doing this spring that I would love to have you involved in. Also, if you're interested in knowing what plants you can be growing indoors, so things that you can be growing under lights still in April, if your last frost date is in May, you can click on this link right up there, and that will take you over to a video that I did last week to help you with that, okay? All right, so let's cover some of the stuff that we can be planting outside in April if our last frost date is in May. And so, for example, for me, our last frost date is May 15th, so we're going to be doing a lot of this planting about mid-April this weekend out in the garden, okay? So here we go. First off, we're going to talk about transplants. So these would be plants that you're going to be taking out to the garden. You want to make sure that they are hardened off well, so you've given them some time to adapt to the cooler temperatures. You know, give them at least 5 to 7 days of hardening before you actually plant them in the garden. But this is going to be things like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, celery, onions, leeks, any leafy greens, kale, collards, lettuce, spinach, anything like that. All of those you can take transplants, put those out in the garden about 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. So really, for all of us that have a frost date in May, anytime in April, you should be able to plant any of those transplants out in your garden and be just fine, okay? Now let's talk about some of the seeds that you can actually plant. So this would be direct planting out in the garden, taking the seed, putting it in the soil, direct seeding. And again, we're going to be targeting 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date, getting these out. Anytime that your soil has dried out enough, you can get these planted and they're going to do great. So things like lettuce, spinach, kale, collards, all the other leafy greens, the Asian greens, Napa cabbage, bok choy, tatsoi, any of those you can plant. All of your root crops, so radishes, carrots, turnips, beets, all of those can be planted directly by seed out in the garden in April, and then peas as well can be planted in April by seed. And then if you have onions that you are going to plant by sets, so these little guys right here, onion sets, you can plant those in 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost as well. So you can get those in, okay? All right. Last little group that I would like to talk about is actually some warm season crops that you can cheat and get in early if you have a little protection for them, okay? So we are going to protect these crops with a product called the Wall of Water. Wall of Water is the name brand. There's a whole bunch of off brands as well, and they all work really well too, and so you can use any of those. Just these little water-filled clutches that you see here in this picture that kind of act as a little greenhouse, and they allow us to get warm season crops planted 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date, and they'll protect those tomatoes or peppers or eggplants, and those are the things that we're going to be targeting, getting those out early, and you'll be able to keep them protected. They'll, even in freezing temperatures, snow, anything like that, they will do really well inside those Wall of Waters, and you'll be able to get them out extra early for an early harvest, and that is especially good with tomatoes. I've had a ton of success getting tomatoes planted out about 4 weeks before my last frost date with a wall of water around them, and that usually gets me harvesting 4 to 6 weeks early. Sometimes I'm getting tomatoes by the 4th of July, which is awesome. So, okay, there you go. That is everything that you can be planting in April if your last frost date is in May. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you get notice every time I release new videos, and go follow us over on Instagram as well. Really quick, I wanted to just point out that we have a couple of fun challenges that are going to be happening this spring. So we're going to do our Get Your Garden Planted Challenge, which is the whole point of this challenge is to get you inspired, to get out and get growing. And I'm filming this video in 2022, but we have been doing these challenges for a couple of years now, and we'll continue to do them. So if you're watching this video in another year, check the description below, because you can probably sign up for this challenge as well then. So again, whole idea is to get you inspired, get you out there. We've got 5 days of video courses that will kind of go through and teach you some really important information about gardening, get you ready to go. We'll have homework assignments, a workbook to go along with it, kind of work through the week, and then on that Saturday I'll do a live broadcast, we'll answer questions, and then you get your garden planted. So big community of people. We already have like 85 plus people that have signed up for this, and so it'll be a fun community of people that will be kind of just rooting each other on and getting out there and getting things planted. And we are going to do this challenge twice during this season. So we'll do it once in mid-April and once in mid-May. So if you would like to join this challenge, and it sounds like something that would be fun for you, there's a link down in the description you can click, or you can click on this link right here, and that will take you over to our waitlist page. You can sign up for the waitlist. It'll give you the actual dates that we're doing the challenge. You can sign up there for the waitlist. I'll send you out an email when it opens up, and then you can come and join us. And the cost for this is only $15 this year, so it's a great little challenge, and I think you're going to enjoy it. We did it last year. It was just a ton of fun. We had like 200 people, and so it was just a blast, and I think you're really going to like it. So come over and join us for this Get Your Garden Planted Challenge. Okay, that's all I have for you for this week, guys. Everybody have a great week. Happy gardening.